We're using 90 degrees Celsius water. Lower temperature brings out a bit more acidity. This is our current Kalita recipe here at April. And we're just going to show you quickly how we're actually brewing this coffee. So for this, we're using the smaller version of the Kalita. As most of you know, they have a small and a larger version. What's important to consider is that the flow rate changes a bit due to the pressure in the brewer, which is mainly because of the angles of the actual brewer. So when we do smaller brews, we recommend using the smaller one, and when we do larger brews, we recommend doing the larger one. It's pretty self-explanatory. So here we're dosing 14 grams of coffee. We're going to give the filter a quick stir. We're using 90 degrees Celsius water. Lower temperature brings out a bit more acidity. And we're going to do this in 2 simple pours. The first pour is going to be 50 grams. And we're going to let that sit for 30 seconds, making sure that all of that coffee in the initial pour gets properly saturated with all the water at the same time. So what we're going to see here is that the water is going to go through the bed, and we're going up on 30 seconds. Here we're going to do a continuous slow pour. We're doing a continuous pour because with the Kalita brewers, you often have a slight challenge when it comes to flow rate, meaning how the water goes through the coffee. And having a consistent pour and a consistent high level of water in the filter is going to force the water to go through the coffee a bit faster, basically giving us a more efficient flow rate and helps us to handle the brew time a bit better. So we did a continuous pour in a circle, very slow, up to 200. We're done with the pouring at 1 minute. And after this, we're basically just letting the water go through the coffee, looking for a brew time here of about 2 minutes in total. Now, if you want to change the strength here and change the brew time, you can easily do that as well. Now we use the 14 to 200 gram ratio, which is giving us a relatively strong, heavy cup of coffee, heavy by our standards, which is still very light. But we're keeping the transparency in the cup all the way. And basically, the smaller the brewing ratio, meaning the more coffee to water, the faster the brew time we recommend. So if you have a lower ratio, then I would go with a much faster brew time. So now we're going to come up at 2 minutes. And at 2 minutes and 5, I'm going to lift up the filter, and we're going to see that all of the water has already gone through the coffee. So that was about it. Give it a quick swirl, let it rest for just a few seconds, take in that aroma, and then enjoy the coffee.